Hey guys, this is Molly the Holy, and today I'm showing off a build that I have planned out. Not that I'm going to build, but a build that I have planned out for other people who are looking to build a computer for around $500 to $550, depending on a few options that you're going to have when you're building. And overall, it's a really well-rounded PC and will easily outperform an Xbox or PS4. So let's get into the build. For the CPU, I chose the budget-oriented AMD 760K Richland APU, and this is a quad-core chip that has disabled integrated graphics. It goes in the FM2 Plus socket or chipset. Socket, yeah, that's an FM2 socket. And it's a really great value for money CPU. It's not just You're not just saving money on the CPU itself compared to like a FX 6300. You're also saving money on the motherboard because for an AM3 Plus socket board, you're gonna need a decent, at least a 970 chipset for the 6300. I wouldn't go anything lower than that. So, for a $90 CPU, you really get good value, especially if you throw a Cooler Master 212 Evo like a month later after you build your PC. You're gonna get a bunch of free performance, or not free, but $25, and you get an extra like what is it, 3.8 right now? Well, you can probably push that to like 4.5, so you get an extra 0.7 gigahertz. So you really see the value once you start overclocking the chip. FM2 socket board, value for money, $10 rebate, $44, and you get SATA 3, 6 gigabytes per second, and USB 3. And it's a micro ATX board, so this whole build will actually be a relatively small enclosure, so that you can fit it in your living room, because everybody puts PCs in their living room. So yeah, you can put a graphics card on it. Obviously, you probably wouldn't get it if you couldn't. So not much to say about it. $44, and it will hold your stuff basically. For the RAM, you have two options here. You can either get 4 gigabytes of RAM now, or you could buy 2 of these sticks and get 8 gigabytes. You get a $10 rebate with both, and yeah, they're not really any more expensive than buying a 8 gigabyte kit right now anyways, because RAM prices are absolutely ridiculous at the moment. Like last year in 2012, I got an 8 gigabyte kit for $20. Now that same kit is around $85. So if I was personally building this, I would get a 4 gigabyte stick now and wait a few months and see if the RAM prices drop, and then get another 4 gigabyte stick of the same RAM, obviously, because mixing RAM isn't recommended really. So yeah, you'll have plenty of RAM with 8 gigabytes. For your hard drive, I went with a standard 500 gigabyte mechanical drive. $42. It's enough to hold your games and everything else that you might put on your computer. And you guys know what I mean. So 500 gigabytes, it's the same as the Xbox and PS4, I believe, that come with stock. Feel free to add in an SSD later. Obviously, SSD will increase your boot times and your overall performance, and it'll be a great upgrade. So yeah, this computer is very upgradable in terms of like hard drive, GPU, not so much the CPU really. For the case, we're gonna go with a Fractal Design Core 1000 Micro ATX mid-tower case. And for $30, there's really not much to say about this case. It looks pretty sleek, and it's micro ATX, and Fractal Design makes great cases, so enough said. For the power supply, I went with the CX500M modular, and like at the same price point, you can get a Seasonic branded or an XFX branded Seasonic power supply for $50. That's 550 watts. But I chose this for this build because it's modular, and quite frankly, in such a small case, it would be really hard to route all the extra cords behind the motherboard tray. So going with a modular power supply will probably save you a ton of headaches. Even though you can get a better built, higher wattage power supply for like $5 cheaper, but this is modular, so you're paying for the modular part or whatever it is. The ability to not have a shit ton of cords behind your motherboard that you're not using. For the video card, you're gonna have two options for video cards. The AMD option is more expensive because currently AMD's cards are like inflated because of Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining, and people just, I don't know. I have no idea what's up. I heard it was Bitcoin, but whatever. AMD's cards are extremely overpriced right now. But what makes this worth it, I think, is that it comes with a free copy of Battlefield 4, and that's like a $60 value. So this performs on par with like a 7950 if you overclock it to the speed of the 270X, because from my understanding, the difference between the 270 and 270X is literally just in clock speeds, and that can't be too hard to make up with an overclock, especially with a looks like it has copper heat pipes and dual fans and a nicely sized heatsink, so you should be able to get a nice overclock out of this card. For the NVIDIA option, this comes with a Assassin's Creed 5 and $50 off Shield. This is definitely this is like a $40. This is like $40 cheaper than the AMD option, but the performance is not going to be up there with the AMD option. Obviously, the 660 is going to perform great for 1080p. Obviously, it'll do just fine at 1080p, but the 270 will definitely outperform that by pretty decent margin for the price difference. So whatever you go with, you can't really go wrong. They're both great cards. You're only going to see like a difference of like 5 frames, 5-10 frames depending on the game. So yeah, this is a $550 system, and it's a micro ATX system, and it outperforms both the Xbox and the PS4. I can just about guarantee that. Maybe in 5 years when they optimize the Xbox and PS4 completely, it'll outperform this system, but right now, for gaming in an all-around multimedia center, I would definitely choose this over an Xbox. So, yeah, so have fun gaming, bitches.